Welcome back to Phasmophobia. Let's do this. If you guys could leave a like or subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Anything you do for the channel helps me put more back into the channel for you. That being said, let's see. Last time, or I guess yesterday for you guys that are keeping up with this, I did starter items on Nightmare on Maple Lodge, which kind of sucked, but we did a half-decent job. Also being able to just know some stuff about the ghosts too. That way you don't have to get all the evidence items. That being said, we do need a perfect investigation bonus 5 times, which kind of sucks. You only get $500 extra for that. We need to reach 0 sanity. We need to prevent hunts with the crucifix 15 times, which that should be reasonably possible, and use a lot of cursed possessions. And I think that's what we're gonna aim for today, because I kind of wanted to talk about the cursed possessions and their uses above what is written on the tin, more or less. So just gonna go ahead and we're going to set up a custom one so we can just play with all of the cursed possessions. Let's go with custom 3 because I have presets for the other 2. We don't really care about this stuff. We might as well set the ghost to I guess we might as well set the ghost to friendly, because I'm gonna add all the cursed possessions. It's gonna set the reward multiplier to 0 anyway. So we're gonna go in here and change this ghost, friendly ghost. Badoop. Contract. Now all the way down here at the bottom, I believe, is where it is. Cursed possession quantity, all of them. There's 7. Didn't really realize that. All 7 of them. Yeah, there we go. Wait, can you set that? I'm not gonna play with that yet. It might be interesting though if you can set it up so that you can have multiple of the same cursed possession. We don't really care too much about the stuff that's going to go with this in the van because we don't really need it, but I am going to take a flashlight and let's upgrade the rest of this. I'm probably not going to do a starter items challenge again for a little while. So let's set this up so it's nice and good for us. Oh, I still need to be level 85 for that. I need to be level 90 for that. And I've got everything else. Neat. There we go. Now we look professional. Let's go for Tanglewood. That seems like everybody's favorite map. Forgot I had those. Probably would have been better if I had the normal headgear. So we're gonna grab a flashlight, which is all we really need, and we're gonna head on in. This one's going to be a little bit more expositional than ghost hunting, because obviously the ghost is set to friendly and it can't even kill me. I don't think it actually even gives you evidence too, which is really going to be interesting. Would be nice if we can just play around with the breaker and or play with the breaker. My brain is not processing right. If we could set the breaker so that it will never break, but I am not sure that's a setting we can do. Okay, so we're gonna grab this music box and come on in. Pretty much gonna grab everything and toss it over here. I don't think that there's multiple spots for each of these items to spawn. The music box is, for me at least, has always been in the nursery. The mirror's always been on the wall. The tarot cards have always been on that stand over there. The monkey paw is always over here. What am I missing? The voodoo doll is always in the garage on the trash can in the corner. Speaking of the box, it already did spawn on. Nice. Let's see. Let's toss this down. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the summoning circle in the basement. Oh, that's interesting. Stop for the bone. Also in the basement on Tanglewood is the Ouija board. Yay. Okay, let's get this upstairs. I wonder if you could summon the ghost with the summoning circle with the friendly ghost turned on. That'll be interesting. Alrighty. I think these things can still break, so we should definitely grab some sanity medication and bring that inside. We're also going to get some lights turned on to preserve our sanity. I know that light doesn't really do anything. Actually, I think that light does do one thing. It can add to the amount of stuff turned on and help pop the breaker. So, let's grab these guys and bring them on in, and we don't really need anything else. Alrighty. So, basically what we want to talk about today is the stuff that you can use the cursed possessions for other than what their intended use is. So, I think I need to go grab an EMF to show for some of this. Might as well leave that on, I guess. Which is going to be the one thing. I think almost all of them do give an EMF signature when used. We're going to verify this real quick. I think maybe the mirror doesn't, and maybe the cards do not. So we'll have to see about that one. So, we'll start off with the Ouija board. Where are you? Goodbye. Like you saw there, you used Ouija board. Ouija board gives an EMF signal because essentially the ghost just interacted with it. Wherever you are, it doesn't teleport the ghost to you, but the ghost does interact with it. What's another one we could try to use? We'll wait for that. There we go. Yep, it is in the basement. Okay. So like that one does not give off an EMF signature. How about the voodoo doll? The voodoo doll does not give off an EMF signature. There's only one tarot card I haven't gotten, and I'm kind of nervous to pull in case I do, but I don't think it works on a friendly ghost, is the Hanged Man. Death. That should have caused a ghost hunt, but we're unfriendly, so it doesn't. Tarot cards will not give an EMF. Let's try the music box. I think I should be able to stop this. Let's just, there we go. No, the music box is not. By the way, some items won't let you walk in certain directions for no good reason. And then the last thing would be the monkey paw. I wish for clear weather. I wish for clear weather. I think my sanity's too low. So we're going to go ahead and take that, and we're also going to go and turn on the breaker. By the way, we now know this ghost is not a djinn. I don't know which one of those I just used. It is not easy to tell. I think, no. Won't even let me pick that one up. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea why it won't pick that one up. Maybe it's because it is used. Okay, so, what was the next thing I was gonna do? Oh, yeah. I wish for clear weather. No EMF. So the only one that appears to give us an EMF is the Ouija board when used. Which is kind of helpful because I think you should be able to get EMF 5 off of any ghost that'll give an EMF 5 signature. Oh, let's see, what's another one? Obviously, the monkey paw. I think that one does exactly what is written on the 10 every time. Something to keep note of, though, is when you wish for knowledge. I don't think the monkey paw does anything unless it's in your hand. I'm going to hope so, because I'm going to be wishing for a lot of shit right now. When you wish for knowledge, and let's say you're on Nightmare and you have, I don't know, a spirit box and EMF. Let's say, what's freezing? The twins would be freezing. Obviously, Nightmare, you only get 2 evidences, but the ghost, or when you wish for knowledge, it can cross off everything but your 3rd evidence of what that ghost should be. So if you have a twins, it won't cross off freezing temperatures. It could cross off, let's say, ghost writing. No, it can't. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. So it could cross off ghost writing and say no spirit. Or it could even go through and cross off all the other ghosts, obviously. But it won't remove your 3rd evidence, even though you're not going to get a 3rd evidence. Which you could kind of use that to judge based, or try to use that to base what the ghost should be. What should my 3rd evidence have been? Is it getting really, really cold all the time? Although I don't think that's necessarily a good thing to do. Because it's a bit baseless, more or less. Let's see. The mirror is an interesting one, because not only does it show you where the ghost room is and drain your sanity absurdly for it, but let's see if we can see it in here. So it's completely dark down here. The ghost is in the basement, as we can tell by our cold breath. If we start using the mirror, we should see a massive light up the room. And we even saw ourselves in the mirror looking at ourselves, which is hilarious. But you can do that with this old lights off, and if you have other people exploring the house, so long as you're at high enough sanity, just have them blip the mirror for a second. You don't need to see what room it was in the mirror. The people roaming the house. I didn't think we got ghost events on Friendly Ghost. Okay, that scared the crap out of me. The people, your buddies roaming the house, will be able to see that light just light up the room. It'll be really obvious. You don't have to drain your sanity trying to stare at the thing or blip it every few seconds because the ghost is face planting a wall and it's going dit, 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 dit. You could just say, oh hey, the living room just lit up with a light source out of nowhere, and say, oh yeah, that's probably somebody using a mirror. I don't think that there are any other real uses. Obviously, with all of the cursed possessions, you can get a cursed hunt by breaking them, so like using the mirror to zero sanity. A lot of things with the Ouija board, honestly. You could ask it to play hide and go seek, and it'll start counting down from either 5 or 4. And then, of course, it'll break afterwards, so make sure you kind of get your use out of it before that. There's several things that cause a hunt with the monkey's paw. Asking for knowledge will actually make the ghost, in my experience, spawn like 10 feet in front of you with line of sight. And it's also going to seriously hinder your vision as well as your ability to hear. So you better make sure you have a smudge. You better light that smudge immediately and be next to a hiding space like this. So that way, let's say I was here, I wished for knowledge, the ghost started spawning, I immediately smudge, throw it at the thing, and then beeline straight over here. It also helps if you have the night vision on, because for some reason the messed up vision doesn't seem to affect it, which is a bit interesting to me. So yeah, all the cursed possessions will give you a cursed hunt. The cursed hunt lasts a bit longer than the normal hunt. And that's pretty much all you can do with the mirror. The Ouija board has at least one really good use that I'm aware of, which is asking the ghost its age when you first find the Ouija board. It might tell you something like 45, 32, whatever number is. Just keep note of that number and try not to break the Ouija board for the rest of the game. Find the ghost room, camp out in there for a bit, and then go back to the Ouija board and ask the ghost its age again. The only ghost I'm aware of that will age is the Fae. Obviously, the Fae, the longer you're in the ghost room, the more it ages, the slower it gets, but you don't need to wait for a hunt for that. You could just ask the ghost its age a couple of times and see if it changes. Aside from that, the Ouija board, you can ask the ghost where it is. You can ask it all kinds of questions. It'll give you random yes, no, maybe answers or numbers. But aside from that, the biggest one is probably the age. You could use hide and go seek to force a hunt, or you could just ask the board random questions in order to drain your sanity. There might be more uses, but I am not aware of them at this time. The monkey's paw. I don't know all the stuff you can wish for. The things I know, like you saw, you can wish for whatever weather you want. But once you make a wish, you can only wish for one of those. So I can't now wish for it to be rainy or snowy or anything like that. I wish for it to be clear. If we get cleared the rest of the game, there's no changing that. You can wish for life, which I think has about a 50% chance of killing you, but also resurrecting your teammate. I think if I wished for life right now, it'd essentially be that dick. It would essentially be like a high priestess, although I am not quite sure. I think that the person already needs to be dead, because you pull a high priestess card, which we'll get to those later, and it'll basically last until somebody does die in the round. So you can, wish for weather, you can wish for knowledge, you can wish for life, you can wish to see the ghost, which I think like the summoning circle kind of spawns a ghost event, and I think it has a chance of hunting afterwards. I've had a hunt afterwards sometimes, but not all the time. That's why I'm not entirely sure. I feel like there's a couple more. I think you can wish for activity, which will obviously force the ghost to do something similar to what the tower card's supposed to. But I think that there's, like, I mean, it's the monkey's paw, so there's always a negative to it. And I just thought of this one when I was in the middle talking about the other one. You can wish for sanity, but I think it drains quicker than normal. Yeah, I mean, there's trade-offs with the monkey's paw. It's literally the monkey's paw. So you're gonna get what you ask for, and there's gonna be a genie's twist at the end. But as long as you're using it appropriately, you can expect the trade-offs. You can, like I said, you can prepare, be ready for the ghost to immediately spawn in front of you and start hunting if you wish for knowledge. A lot of the other ones, you're just going to lose a bit of sanity every time you use it. That's about it. The music box, aka the grenade, we'll get to that later, is obviously I used it. You could hear the ghost in the basement. If I approach that ghost and get close enough, the ghost can start moving towards the music box. If the ghost touches the music box, it will start a cursed hunt. Otherwise, if the music box just runs out, I don't think it forces the hunt, but obviously your sanity is now lower and it can still hunt. And also, the closer you are to the music box while it's playing, the more sanity you will lose for the duration. So if I toss it in there and then run outside the house, I'll lose hardly any sanity from it. Which, by the way, is why they call it the grenade, because you can, I don't think I could still use it, but you could stay like right here. You could right click, hold backward shift, and just chuck it in the house. And if the ghost is right in this area, you basically just force to hunt right there. It's happened to me a few times from random people who just find the music box. Easiest one here is the voodoo doll. You right click, it pushes a pin into it, and it'll force the ghost to do an interaction just like the tower card should do. But there's a chance that you will pull the heart pin, and there's a chance that you can just break the voodoo doll, which the easiest way to do it is to pull a pin like that without enough sanity. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Wait, can I pick this up now? No, okay, so those are both used up then. So yeah, you pull a pin and you don't have enough sanity, it's just going to break it, and if it didn't have friendly ghost on right now, it would be forcing a hunt. Same with like the mirror or the Ouija board, honestly. Yeah, what's one that won't do it? The tarot cards and the monkey's paw don't just break. The tarot cards, any card you pull and you don't have enough sanity, it'll just be a fool card. Same thing if you're pulling tarot cards while the ghost is hunting. Every card you pull will be a fool. Which, I mean, if you want to eat up all the tarot cards so people quit spamming them during normal gameplay, that might be a good thing to do. But this is something to keep aware of. You can't force the ghost to do things when it's already hunting. Except for with probably 2 of these items, which we'll talk about. And the monkey's paw, if you don't have enough sanity and you ask for something, it'll just do a weird twitch with the entire hand, and that'll be it. Kind of like if it doesn't understand you. It's the same thing. That dick. Should have turned activity to low, apparently. Doing a lot of stuff for being a friendly ghost. There's something? No, there's not. Okay, what else we got? All that's left is the tarot cards. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, look here, you motherfucker. I will smudge the crap out of you if I have to. So the tarot cards. What is there? There is the tower card, which is supposed to force a ghost to perform a action. Or force activity, basically, like forcing it to throw a book, or open or touch a door, anything like that. Turn on a light switch. There is the Wheel of Fortune, which if it burns up and it is green, you just gain some sanity. I think it's 25% or 15%, not sure. But you gain sanity, which is generally good depending on what you want to do. If it burns red, you lost that amount of sanity. There is the Moon, which will drain your sanity to 0. There is the Sun, which will raise your sanity straight up to 100%. Let's see, what else is there? Yeah, Hanged Man, which will kill you pretty much no matter what. I'm going to pull all those and we'll see if I can get the Hanged Man today. The High Priestess, like I mentioned before, will basically add 1 respawn to your entire team. So if somebody's already died, whoever died first gets to come back. And if nobody's died, then it pretty much just sits in a bank account, more or less, and waits for somebody to die. Only counts for the game, unfortunately, so you can't just go and do single player and stack up on High Priestesses and then just go into public lobbies. That would be pretty funny, though. But, so yeah, it's pretty nice if you get the High Priestess and nobody's died yet, because it allows you to be a little bit more risky and try to figure out the ghost better. The Death card will force the ghost to hunt. I think it forces to hunt in its ghost room, so you don't need to worry about it being 2 feet in front of you. And I think the last one, if I'm thinking of all of them, is the Devil card, which will force a ghost event, more or less. I think most of the time I've gotten it, it's been the Red Room event, but it can be an airball, anything like that. I think that's all that there is here, right? Yeah, it's a Death card. Second one, actually. We can't even get a hunt right now. The Tower, which forces the activity. Getting a lot of Death cards. Wow. The Tower again. I think this thing only knows like 2 cards. Wow. I know more than it. What do we got? Wheel of Fortune, burned green, so we just gained sanity there, which means we can pull another one, and it's a Tower card again. And the Devil. Just, there it is. I think we just got an airball event right there. And this one is the Tower. And the last one is Death, which it can't hunt because we have Friendly Ghost turned on right now. So that's kind of pitiful range of things that it can do. So after all of that, the last thing is the Summoning Circle in the basement. Obviously for that, if anybody's seen it before, you know you need a lighter or matches, which would really suck to be able to look at all that activity. Yeah, you need a lighter to be able to see, or to light the Summoning Circle. I think each candle requires sanity. I'm not entirely sure. And they do act as normal candles, which is something else that's pretty important. So the ghost can put these things out. Any fire source is a fire source for the ghost. Yeah, so see that immediately puts itself out. Even if I was trying to be really quick about this, I could not do it. So you need to have enough sanity. I don't think you need to be 100%, but pretty high. Like, let's go see what it says I am. Right now, it might actually say 0. Of all the cards I just pulled. Yeah, so I'm at 0. Which is less than ideal. And that is the Summoning Circle putting it out. Like, we'll take the EMF down there and I'll try to... See, I think this one's still good, and we'll take the EMF. We'll toss the EMF next to the candles as I'm lighting them. Some of those resist a ghost. So like that one, as I go through and... Oh, it just blew up my lighter too. Might have it on Rio. So here I managed somehow to actually get them all lit, but because I don't have enough sanity, it won't light it proper. And also just turned off the breaker. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of that. Wait for our sanity to go back up, and then we'll light it. Yeah, you hear the... That is always the ghost putting something out. These things will put themselves out fairly quickly, though, if they, if you don't have this... This might be an Unreal, for as much as it's blowing my stuff out. There we go. Had no problem lighting those. That should have just straight up lit it. So... That would have been that. The ghost will, if you do this normally, the ghost will just be standing here for 2 or 3 seconds. So if you want to have like a line of salt right here, especially the tier 3 salt, that are really good, and motion sensor or something like that, whatever you need for your objective. So like, let's say the ghost here is, what's a really terrible room? The hallway up there, right on the entrance. Let's say the ghost is up there. And you need to get a whole bunch of stuff. You can come down here and set it all up. That way you're not in the ghost room getting attacked by the ghost, getting your sanity drain left, right, front, and center. You could have a motion sensor. You could have your salt. You could have... You wouldn't be able to do anything that's parabolic, unfortunately. What's some other ones? I think it forces the ghost to put out the firelight when the ghost hunts here. So if you have a put out a firelight objective, it should work for that too. But you could just have this rigged up and you could be sitting here with your photo cam. You can light this one, take your photos, chuck your photo cam and pick up your smudge and run away. Doing a lot of stuff, dude. I'm surprised it hasn't come back over here and put these things out. I think I kind of glitched it out by being friendly ghost and lighting it. Some things to note, which is kind of why I was making some statements before I really started talking about it, is if the ghost is already hunting and you light the summoning circle, the ghost teleports to the summoning circle and keeps hunting. It doesn't get stunned here for like 3 seconds. It just is immediately here and ready to kick your ass. So that's something to keep very strongly aware of. Tested it out with some buddies one time because we were curious. I mean, it makes sense, but it's like, oh, what would happen? And we found out, so... Yeah, that's something to be aware of. I think also if it's doing a ghost event and you summon it, it'll immediately just start hunting. It won't give you that courtesy. I'm not entirely sure on that one, just be aware of it. Aside from that, like I said, this is just a good spot to trap the ghost with all of your objectives. There are as many as you can fit into it. Get your salt photos, get your ghost photo, all of that. It's just, it's a good spot. Summoning circle is usually in a decent spot to run away from too. So what can we do here? I'll show you guys what I was talking about with the night vision goggles, which I for some reason not wearing on my head right now because we do not have any other information. I wish for knowledge. Yeah, normally the ghost would have been like 2 feet in front of me. Oh, with eye adaptation on, this actually isn't too terrible. I haven't tried this yet since then. So what did it do? It crossed out one piece of evidence, and it crossed out a lot of ghosts. So we don't have EMF5. That was when I was talking earlier. We don't have a spirit box. So it crossed out ghost orbs. Crossed out a lot of ghosts, and we should be able to easily cross out the others. Let's go on and head on out of here. See if I can look up at the night sky and get eye adaptation to do anything for me. It doesn't really want to. Let's see. Let's grab that. And let's see if I put this on now. Still kind of washes everything out. And of course, now you got to live with everything being green. But it helps out a little bit. So let's go and take a bunch of stuff downstairs. Spirit box is probably going to be the hardest thing now because you can't hear nothing. Like, I'll come in here and I'll close the door real quick. Yeah, you can kind of hear it. Not as much as you could before. Let's see, I turn off this light and night vision works pretty well now. I think this one is a child ghost. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? No, we just got ghost writing. I didn't know you could get evidence on friendly ghost, but that's pretty cool. This, if you don't think you're going to be able to hear, you can just look at the response down there and see if it flickers like it normally does when you get a response. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Don't do nothing. We're not going to get that. Let's head back up and get some more evidence items. Immediately got a ghost writing, which is pretty cool. I guess we've been here talking for a minute and the ghost has had nothing to do. It was a little bit harder to see our activity chart, but we could still see it well enough. We had EMF5 for a brief moment, but nothing that I would call an EMF5 graph. If you get solid EMF5 from valley to valley for 20 seconds, that is my guaranteed you have EMF5. Don't worry about anything further. You got this, bro. Yeah, this is the last of the evidence items, so let's get down there. So, at that point, it wasn't giving me anything. I'd mark off Spirit Box. I can't mark off anything else quite yet. We could probably mark off EMF 5 because it hasn't given it to us, and we have had a lot of interactions. But I don't think that that is enough just yet. Down here in the basement, it's good to note, because if you have a basement ghost, it's going to be hard as hell to get UV unless you get it turning off the light. But the top of this cooler and this cooler are surfaces that the ghost can touch. So it's worth noting. If you could try to prop up your flashlight or something just like that, or you put your glow stick up there, you'll be able to see the handprint as soon as it touches it. Let's go ahead and check our temperature. That is definitely freezing. So shade or demon. Demon will be UV, shade will be EMF 5. Nothing's going to be dots, so we can go ahead and cross that out. Yeah. Did I break anything else down? No, I did not. Okay. So we still need our EMF 5 or our UV. You can still see pretty decently because of eye adaptation. I wouldn't say it's broken anything, but it's definitely made it different. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Yeah, I'm going to say it's no to the spirit box. So some things are hard to see, some things are easier. Go pop this back on so we can still see stuff. Take this off. We could use this to check around. Oop, there we go. We got our UV. We know we got a demon. This ghost has been going through hell waiting to hunt, and it's not allowed to. I do not feel bad at all. Jeez, I can't see anything there. There we go. And that is the end of that. So, we know we got our demon. This was a pretty good, not tutorial, but just my understanding, and hopefully helps further your understanding of the cursed possessions. Things that you can try to use them for beyond what they say on the tin. I think I've talked enough. Everybody knows enough about the activity chart. Like I said, for EMF 5, solid 20 seconds valley to valley. So like what's about to hit you right now, that's the valley. And in the front of that would be another valley. So valley to valley, 20 seconds, solid EMF 5. That is guaranteed you have an EMF 5 ghost. Twins is easier to show than anything, but it's pretty rare, unfortunately. But the twin interaction curve is... Let me go try to force the ghost to do something real quick. So I could see better like 2 seconds ago. Hide and go seek. Hide and go seek. Hide and seek. There we go. Starts counting from 5. What if it's going to close the door? Nope. No door closure. But yeah, that thing just explodes. Gives you a pretty high EMF peak. Come on back outside. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we have this like curve up and then plateau, curve, plateau. A twin interaction curve will be curve, curve, but only on the leading side of the entire activity hill. So like these plateaus would never signify a twin interaction. You could try to extrapolate that from it, but if you get curve, curve, or even curve, 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 that is almost guaranteed, or that's when you should definitely start really paying attention for twins. So let's get out of here and make 0 money. It's actually pretty nice not hearing the crickets and all the background noise. Should do this more often. Just blind and deafen myself. Ah, there's some noise. You made $100. Psych! We're taking it away. Let's bug out of there before I end up forgetting about it one day. So, That's just a little bit of my knowledge. I know this one is more of an info dump. Some of you may have already known. If there's some stuff that I missed or that you know more than me about, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know. I don't mind bettering my knowledge and helping you guys out and spreading that further. So yeah, thanks y'all for coming along for the ride. Like I said in the beginning, if you could leave a like or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Anything you do for the channel helps me put more back into the channel for you guys. I will see you later. Have a good one.